The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 152. NASDAQ is up 86. S&P's off 3. Gold contract down $6, trading $18.76 an ounce. We got silver down 41 cents, $25.96 an ounce. Light sweet crude off 91 cents, $47.06 a barrel. Notes and bonds. The 10-year up 4 ticks, trading 137.29. The 30-year up a half a point, up 15 ticks, 172.27. And King Dollar's up 396 ticks, trading 90.440. Euros at 122. The yen's at 106.63, and the British pounds at 133 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, what's going on?
So when are you getting your Apple car? You going to get your Apple car?
I'm getting my Apple car. I told you, Kevin Hinks and you, man, I'm still waiting for my phone, man. I can't wait for this Apple car now. We got Apple on a tear, folks. It's up $6. Yeah.
Go for it. Did you hear those stats I was talking about with the market capitalization of that company, man? So they had 17 billion shares outstanding. They're up $10 since where they were 24 hours ago. They just added $170 billion to the market capitalization of that company. Just by saying we're going to do some electric cars. Well, maybe they'll take a loan out against that market cap and they'll put $170 billion into the research and development. I don't know. It's crazy, though. It is.
I think we got to go public, man. Let's get over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade. Thinkorswim as we do every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here. You want to understand the option market, option strategies, futures, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. Outstanding program. If you haven't test-driven yet, the Thinkorswim platform is very easy to do. You're sitting on the website. Hit the banner. Bring it up. They'll allow you to open that account. You can trade with paper money. You can follow Kevin and his team every trading day. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. You know, Tommy, I just want to know, can I start the car with my watch?
Oh,
you better
cool
be able to,
man.
Kevin, I just want to blink twice and you know, twitch my eyebrow, and that thing better be ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, think about it. If they encompass all this car into the Apple ecosystem, what can you do with your phone, your watch, your iPad, all linked into the car?
That is so cool, man. I know.
We probably can't even imagine
right now. The bigger story, guys, I think, is Apple's willingness. Now, remember, we were talking about this a long time ago. Is Apple going to buy Tesla? Is Apple going to buy a car company?
Yeah.
Well, Tim Cook's legacy at Apple is probably going to be that he didn't buy things. He created them himself. Right? He's cutting out Intel right now. He's cutting out Qualcomm right now with the parts for the iPhone.
Yeah.
And now rather than buy a car company, he's like, I've got the money. All I need is the R&D budget, and I'll do it myself.
Oh, man. We get 2 cult stocks. What a trip, right? Think about that, right? I mean, that is going to be something else. And listen, we all can envision it. That's the bottom line. I mean, Apple has put together an ecosystem beyond, anything that's out there right now. There's no doubt, man. There's no doubt.
An all-encompassing ecosystem.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, Kevin, let me ask you. I know, we're coming into Christmas and New Year's, and happy Merry Christmas, man.
Thank you. Same to you.
My understanding is that you're going to do a special show. So let's talk about this because, I always talk about, folks, if you want to understand the option market, okay, there's nothing better. I mean, forget it. The 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time, you can really get it. Now, over the holidays, you and Tom White are going to do a show, right? And then we're going to be able to hit.
What we did over the holidays, since the markets are thinner and slower.
Yes.
What we've done between Christmas, the day after Christmas, and the first couple days in January is we've gone pure education.
Yeah.
Evergreen education shows, going back to the basics and teaching the fundamentals. And we pre-tape these, and they're going to run on loops, so you can go back and look at them and watch for a little while and go back. but it's going to be all basic education on options and trading and portfolios. And Scott Connor has done a couple. Scott and I did one on portfolios.
Okay.
So we're basically doing a whole encyclopedia of options trading between Christmas and New Year's.
Man, that's going to be awesome. So remember that, folks, okay? And we'll get you well, you can still listen to TFNN, but we'll get you directed right to that because that's huge, man. I mean,
yeah.
You know, when you can do it on your own time, too, it's really cool, man. I mean, that's a big number, man. Pretty cool. I like it. Well, this is a good time of the year because the markets are a little slow. They're not real slow today. There's plenty going on today. But between Christmas and New Year's, it's a good time to maybe, if you're around with your family, to turn on TD Ameritrade Network and watch the education and go back to the fundamentals of what we like to teach. Yeah.
And Kevin, just for those that don't, can you talk about real quick, because I jump over to the education tab for those really getting into it. It's pretty cool right in the Thinkorswim platform, man, that you have like a full, I mean, Tom, my dad, you talk about this all the time. I mean, this level of course would just be substantial, man. I mean, folks, I have it up here, Kevin, you know, in terms of the basics, placing a trade. I mean, you guys go over whether it's talking about, you know, covered calls, cash secured puts, setting up. We have videos, we have slides that go in there. Could you just talk about that education tab? I just think it ties in perfectly with what you're talking about.
Well, our claim has always been, and what we always rest our hat on, is that what differentiates us from other firms is that we educate. We're a bunch of ex-traders, and when I was a young man down on the exchange floor, we learned from the old traders.
Yes.
Right? They taught it. That was the deal. They didn't pay us a lot, but they taught us how to trade.
Right.
That was the trade-off. Well, now that world isn't there anymore, but it is. We replicate it as much as we can on TD Ameritrade, and the network and the education tab will give you the things that we learned and the fundamentals and how to trade. And then you can take that, put your talent and imagination in there, and you've got the fundamentals. And then you take that as far as you can.
Yeah, it's amazing, right?
It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm sliding through. I think this is a vertical call spread we're looking at. I mean, this is probably a 20-page presentation, folks, if you're not watching on Tiger TV, with graphs, with charts. So maybe check that out at the same time. I've gone through a lot of these when I was first getting into them, Kevin, you know, just going over some of the multi-leg strategies, the risk, the reward, the debits, the credits. It's pretty awesome, man. So I'll check that out during the holidays for sure.
And I can tell
you, the education tab on TD Ameritrade is spectacular. And the network is going to focus on education between now and the end of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be fabulous. And I can tell you, folks, it's better than reading any book. I mean, we've talked about this before. I've thrown, you know, in my career, whether it's 30 years ago, I threw more books, and they were good books, don't get me wrong. They were good writers, but trying to read a book about how to trade options, man, I threw that off the wall plenty of times, man. It's like, it's a lot easier visually, Kevin. Do you know what I mean? Which you set up.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, amazing. Well,
yeah, I mean, but that's what we try to do on a daily basis. I mean, we try to not just throw you out there, right? If you can go into an options trade or a trade in general with the basic fundamentals of understanding high probability, understanding theta, understanding risk definition, you've got the best chance to be successful.
You do, no doubt. Well, listen, man, you have a great one, safe one. We look forward to show in 45 minutes, Kevin.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We get the Dow down 160, Nasdaq's up 50, S&Ps are off 8.5. We're coming right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. Do you have broken or unwanted jewelry, diamonds, watches, coins, silverware, and other collectibles that you would like to turn into cash? Tiger Precious Metals and Stones will pay fair market value. We make it easy to turn your precious metals that are sitting around in your house into cash. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245, and he will walk you through our safe and secure process. Andy has been in the business buying and selling precious metals for over 15 years. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 139. Dow's down 139. Nasdaq's up 68. S&Ps are off 3.5. And folks, if you want to see the type of euphoria that is in this market, this is pretty amazing. So we've talked about the GBT, the Bitcoin Trust, right? This is the Grayscale Ethereum Trust.
Yeah, Ethereum. Okay.
Ethereum. Okay. Thank you. Now, this, folks, is the ultimate of greed and tulips and bubbles, okay? So, I thought I was seeing things when I saw this morning, okay? So check this out. This trust, okay, holds Ethereum coins, right? That's all it does. Well, you know what you're paying? You're paying 260% premium to buy this. And it's been on a tear. And this is where, Tommy, Kevin, and I were just talking about education. This is so sad that I can't even come close to thinking that people they understand that there's a 260%, premium in this, Tommy. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
It's like,
what is wild, though, is that we talked about some kind of a fund last week that was putting big time money to the tune of almost $1 billion in that GBTC that you were talking about. We said to ourselves, why,
That's Guggenheim. That's right.
If you have 9 figures worth to invest, you should be able to facilitate where you're actually investing in the underlying crypto itself without risking that you're investing in a fund with a net asset value. That seems like, we've seen it actually when some people get into the spectrum to that degree. You actually just come in and buy somebody that's in the business of facilitating large transactions, because it's almost worth it when you think about the net asset value premium you pay if you get into one of these funds with $1 billion.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Now, watch this. It gets interesting. Let me just...
Doesn't mean you can't, as long as you're aware, just to put into it, right? It's okay. It's a quantifiable risk. Your biases are good luck trying to quantify that is the essence. But like you're saying, there's a lot of people who probably don't understand it, which is a bummer.
You know what? I just figured out why Guggenheim. Okay, wait to hear this, folks. This is market mechanics, but this is about as sick as you can get. I just figured out why they were pushing this, Tom, right? Listen to this. Okay, so the way that an ETF structure works, folks, okay, is that you can have primary dealers. Now, you do not have to be a broker-dealer to be a primary dealer, right? So, well, let's go to the Greystone Trust for a second. So that is trading.
Grayscale Bitcoin Trust.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's trading at a premium of 44%, right? What they allow to do is that, here it is right here. Accredited investors can invest in private placement of the daily BTC holdings per share. Now, what they allow, let's picture you and me, Tom, right? Oh, man, this is how they're making money hand over fist. Wait to hear this, folks. This is sick. Okay, so we turn around and we have Bitcoin, okay? We can turn around and put Bitcoin in this and then collect the premium. You put Bitcoin in, okay? So you're trading at $31.76, which is a 44% premium. The way that they get Bitcoin in and out is that large holders, you can actually place the Bitcoin with them. So you're giving them the Bitcoin, right? The bottom line is that you're giving them the Bitcoin and you're collecting a 44% premium. I think that's how that works. I think that's why they're pumping that. You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying. I'm not sure that's what's happening, but I do.
I get what you're saying. That meaning the aspect of, okay, why would they do it that way? But I'm going to, I end up reading it.
I mean, you're basically saying there's a free 44% out there for anybody that wants it, and that's why they're doing it.
Large ones, right.
Well, it's not that.
What happens with most of them, see, this is not on this first sheet. On the first sheet, let me show you how this works with other ones. So on the first sheet, what you're going to see is, because at one point in my life, I was thinking of doing this, actually. And the first sheet, this one, let me see this thing. You go in and out. Okay, let me do a different one. I'll do the XLE. You do them in increments. You can do them, if you're playing large, you can do these in increments as to what it takes to put it in. They're either
right.
50,
No, I know what you mean. It's like an issuing share.
That's correct. That's correct.
Now, here's the only reason that I'm a bit skeptical of, and I just don't know. It could be, but we should find out because something crazy is going on. The net asset value is skewed. And the only reason I say is because basically you're saying if you give them $30, can you go back to the GBTC?
Yeah.
Just for the example, or Ethereum. Either, let's see what the real number versus. Okay, so the price is $31, we'll call it. The net asset value is 21, right? So it's like $10 above.
Right.
So you're saying basically that they can buy a share at the net asset value in large
That's correct.
numbers.
That's
and
correct.
then be able to sell it back into the market at $31, right?
That's correct, because they accept Bitcoins. It has to be Bitcoins. That's what you're giving them.
The only reason that I say, well, why is it still so high then? Because with banks with multi-billion-dollar trading accounts, if you can buy something at 21 and sell it tomorrow at 31, then realistically they should be doing that, which would cause more sales at 31, right? Which would bring down that price until it was not just a free 40% overnight.
I know. It should.
That's my red flag when I say, wait a second, you're saying anybody with money that every single trading house on Wall Street has could get 40% overnight and nobody's doing it. Or they are, but they're not doing it to a big enough degree that it would bring the price back to an equilibrium, which is why I say, wait, if it's out there and nobody's doing it, then is it out there? I don't know.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt.
There's so many. The net asset value, though, is just remarkable. I only know about it from my life here in TFNN and working in the markets.
Oh,
man.
this is good. Hey, we get Jim from Minneapolis. That's
perfect.
Hey, man, what's happening?
Hey, guys. Hey, I just thought I'd give you a call and give you a little heads up on how these things work.
Good.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Because I've looked into them for clients and so forth. But Grayscale, what you do, it's a private placement for accredited investors. So then they go in, they put their cash into Grayscale. Grayscale then buys the Bitcoin, and then the client gets the shares of GBTC, and then they have to hold that for 6 months. I forget if it's either 6 months or a year before they can sell it.
Now, when you say that, are they getting it at net asset value, though, Jim?
They get in at net asset value, yep.
Yeah, I see.
And then Grayscale buys Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And then when the client wants to sell, they sell shares of GBTC. They don't sell the Bitcoin, so Grayscale keeps Bitcoin.
How cool.
Interesting.
So it is basically that. It's just that they have to lock it up for a period, basically, right, Jim? So that creates
it's a 6-month lockup. And then what's going on is there's institutions that are shorting it to capture that spread. So they short the GBTC against their holdings to capture the spread.
Yep. Pretty cool, man.
And
we're going to have to get Jim a Bitcoin show.
There's another one that's even worse. It's BITW, Bitwise. This one's even worse. This one.
Oh my God! This is a 374%. Yeah.
It went to 205 days.
Here, Jim, stay right there. Stay right there.
That has a $246 billion market cap. Is that right?
It's out of control.
It's tulip mania, folks. Jim, stay with us. Stay right there, folks. Jim, Tommy, and myself, we're coming right back. We have the Dow down 110, Nasdaq's up 58, S&P's are down 3. We're coming right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow. Dow Industrials down 96, Nasdaq's up 64, S&P's are flat. We're talking with Jim from Minneapolis. We are talking all sorts of cryptocurrency. Jim, what was the last one you just brought up?
That's Bitwise, BITW.
This is like 6. So what is this one?
Well, this one's kind of this is supposed to be it's a fund, so 75% of it's Bitcoin, and then Ethereum, and then kind of a smattering of other.
I see.
Other apps.
So they're paying
And
362% premium on this one.
well, this one, it went to 200 last week.
Oh, my God.
I mean, this thing came out at 25, 30, and then, it's just, that's why they really do need a true ETF. So it doesn't have, where it's price discovery and it trades at a reflective value of where Bitcoin is, because you get this kind of stuff. This is just, it's great for these guys. I mean, they're printing money like the Fed, and it's unbelievable with these things.
Because I know like the Winklevoss twins have tried to start something like that, right? And it's kind of tough because they need a hardcore price for the Bitcoin. But I mean, you have futures. Is that something that they're trying to get together, that they can benchmark that exact price for, a future or an ETF?
It's that and price discovery, and then this SEC is really it's more about the non-regulated exchanges that are all over the place that are not regulated. That
so these must
tough, yeah.
these ones here, Jim, must be under a different security law to get up and going. That's what's going on, huh?
Yeah, there's some kind of trust.
There is. There's a couple different rules, folks. Direction Share has explained that to us before. Yeah.
And you're right. I was just going to say, on that screen, you have investment trust is the fun type of that BitW as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Who you trust with your Bitcoin.
Well, and then they like GBTC, they buy Bitcoin, and then, they keep the Bitcoin, give you shares of GBTC, and then you're selling shares in the open market. So they get to keep the Bitcoin while you're selling the shares down the road. And it's really unbelievable. It's just this whole market in the small cap stocks. It's been unbelievable. I've been, I've never made so much money in small cap stocks in the last month and a half. It really just, feels like a tulip mania. But
well, the good news is you understand it. I'm sure plenty of people are buying and selling those that don't understand it. Which is pretty intense, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so. I'm pretty much getting down to being flat on a lot of this stuff. And
well,
anyway.
Listen, your vacation's coming up to Florida, man. It's going to be here before you know it, man.
Yeah, that's coming in March. I might have to buy a house off you when I'm down there this time.
That's a beautiful thing. Totally, man. Well, listen, man.
Guys, well, I just thought to give you a heads up on that. Have an awesome Merry Christmas, and you guys take care. We'll talk to you
too.
Soon.
We appreciate the education, Jim. Thanks so much,
Thanks for calling, man.
How about that? How about that, Tommy? Huh?
There we go. We got all the answers. That was awesome, man.
We thought that the Bitcoin had a premium in it. Oh my God.
And we were both. You were right. And there's just that one nuance, and man, that seems like quite a trade, man. But we see the volatility. Talk about no selling Bitcoin for 6 months or a year. Whew, you're locked into potentially some volatility there, but you're getting quite the premium, man. Just crazy.
Yeah. What? 30%? Down.
It's like 50%, right?
44%. Yeah, that's a good deal, man.
31 to 21, man. Yeah. You're buying at 21. The open market's at 31. There you go. There you go.
Unreal. So Peloton, look at this baby, right?
It does not stop. I heard you talking about it on your show yesterday, right? All-time highs yesterday. And then they announced after the bell that they're buying a company, Precor, $420 million. The remarkable thing here, it's talking about all market caps, right? Again, go to the Analyze tab, fundamentals on the Thinkorswim platform. They have about 300 million shares outstanding, okay? The company's up $18. It was up 20 at one point. That means you're adding $6 billion in market cap to the company when they announce a $420 million purchase. That's a nice day. Isn't that cool, man? We see this stuff happens occasionally, right? When the market just loves the acquisition, and this is going to increase their production capacity, which is one thing, along with expanding what they do. But the production capacity, I think the market loves the idea that they're going to be able to, because they've struggled to keep up with demand, which has been one of the problems with delays, but just remarkable.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And, oh, man, some of these are just so intense. They're just, the premiums are so big, it's a mind blower. It really is. So, folks, if you come over to our website at TFNN, you're going to see, we opened a new company about 2 weeks ago. It's Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. What this company's all about, folks, is that we're actually buying and selling, bottom line, Krugerrands, Eagles, bars, gold, silver, platinum. If you flat out making a market in it. If you have any extra gold, silver that you, as a scrap, would be happy to buy it. You can give us a call at 727-329-8245. And the bottom line is that we don't have the premiums that we're talking about here, but we've had very small premiums. But check it out, folks. Okay, if you're looking for cash and just basically wanting to turn in some gold, silver, that works. If you're looking and you're basically a bull and you think metals are going higher, we'd be happy to sell to you. If you think it's going lower, we're happy to buy for you. So. And it's
pretty cool. It just made me think for a second. And congrats on you and Andy on starting that company, man.
Thank you.
And it made me think, you say you don't have those types of premiums, right? So just to tie it back to these funds, folks, it's really easy to push buttons and own shares of things at certain prices and hope they go up. But what would happen if you were trying to sell gold and you say, listen, I'm going to sell it to you at 45% premium, but all you got to do is sell it to somebody else at a higher premium.
I know.
Which is kind of what's going on with those Bitcoin trusts, right? I mean, that's what you're saying. Well, I know there's a huge premium, but that's kind of the market. So just go sell it to somebody else when the premium goes up. And what do you got to worry about?
That's the greater fool theory. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? So
it's heavy. It's heavy.
It's just to tie it back to make some common sense of what you're actually doing when you're trading those equities. That's how you should be thinking about it, because that's what people are doing when they're buying or selling.
It's
pretty cool.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go to Jared in Boston. Hey, Jared, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. Hi, Tommy. How you doing?
I'm doing great,
hey,
man.
Jared.
Yourself?
Pretty good. I just want you to look at FCEL. F-C-E-L.
F-C-E-L.
So it's got a big move today. I think it went over its 52-week high. Just wanted your
so let's see. Okay, so they develop commercialized fuel cell power plants for electric power generation. The low's 75 cents. The high's 11.50. That's quite a run this year. That's this year, folks. And it's exactly 52 weeks ago. So they take in $17 million and they lose 70 cents. Oh, my God. And they get a market cap of $3.5 billion.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Well, so there's your high volume high. So you're going after your high volume high. Well, I mean, I think you know how this thing goes, Jared. I mean, it's not going to have the volume. Well, I don't know if it's going to have the volume today. You're going to need $237 million. Here, stay right there, all right? We'll be coming right back.
Yeah, that's what I was calling you for. Thanks, Tom.
Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 96. NASDAQ is up 84. S&Ps are up 1. We're coming right back. Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. Are you looking to buy or sell gold, silver, platinum, coins, or bullion? We can help. At Tiger Precious Metals and Stones, we specialize in the buying and selling of gold, silver, as well as collectible U.S. and foreign coins. We not only buy your unwanted or broken jewelry, but you can trade that in for gold and silver coins, too. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245 for a quote over the phone and to lock in the current market price. Call us now at 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com. educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow down 83, Nasdaq's up 84, S&Ps are up 2.5. We're talking with Jared, and we're talking about XCEL. So what you have here is that we're coming up to the high. No, FCEL. Thank you, FCEL. Yep. We're coming up to the high, and you know there's good price spread here, but you know the way this trades, man, I don't think you're going to get 4 6s, 24. Well, it's close. You know, I mean, if you own this, I'd peel some of it back, Jared. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's what I was calling for. I had a good hit. I only got in yesterday, so it looked like it was going through with some volume, though. But that's what I was.
It's going to be one of these close ones, see, because, you know, we're only an hour into the market, right? And the 42 million, so it's like, yeah, you can do 240 million. And if it does 240, man, it's going to be an ABC up. But I wouldn't hang too long. That's the real bottom line. Because
it moves a lot. Yeah, I'll put a stop in.
Oh, great!
How much room would you give it?
This is what to do. Man, I'm so glad you said that. When you get a run like this, folks, okay, I'd put nothing in because this will just either keep going. Like you could put it at 1107. I wouldn't give it anything because if it pulls back, that thing can pull back in a heartbeat. You know, like to $10. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? And if it keeps going, great, man. You know, you got it, man.
Yeah, that's how it acts. It runs for the day, and then it gives it all up real quick. That's how it's been going the last couple of weeks I've been watching it.
So then what to do? That's so cool, man, because once you catch the personality of that stock, just keep bringing it up all day long, man, and hope you get stopped out of it at the end of the day with 2 more points, you know?
Yeah. After hours, it trades pretty crazy, too. You can get good hits.
I bet it does, man. Cooking, brother.
Okay, guys. Thanks.
Thanks for the call.
Thanks, Jared.
So that's these and plugs go moving like crazy too.
These fuel cells, I know. Plugs pushing $40, man. I just looked it back. I said when I tried out Robinhood to see what it was about, they gave me 1 share of plug, and I just looked that I sold it February 27th for $4.17. Folks, don't follow that one. That's down here. Pretty cool. God. I know. Pretty cool. It makes sense, man. These, they have all these fuel cells, power cells within, warehouses, stuff like that. I've been hearing a lot more about it. Of course, as the stock's going up tenfold this year.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's go to Jane in Orlando. Hey, Jane, how you doing?
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good and doing great.
Morning,
thanks
Jane.
for calling. Thanks for holding. Appreciate it.
Okay, no problem.
So, what are we going to look at today?
Well, I have a question. I want to know what you think the entry point might be on the 3 stocks that I'm looking at. One is FireEye, which is FEYE.
Okay.
One is Cloudflare, NET. And the other is Mountain Pass, MP.
Okay, so let's go to let's go to FireEye first. That's been in the news and it got crashed and then it's up like a rocket ship. Yeah, so. So, this is a tough one because, we just went from what? We just went from that
14 to 22
in
3 days.
Yeah. So if we start with FireEye, look at this. This has been at lows for a long time. Okay. Wants to go to 25. Well, you're going to need some patience here, because if you chase it, then it's like, okay, you can lose quite a bit.
Okay.
I'm not a. You get something like this, you're going to talk months. You're going to wait, because this looks to me that it is breaking out, But I can't buy stuff like this when you just went from 15 to 22, even technically. You know what I mean? So because what happens is that you always think you're never going to get a pullback, folks, and pullbacks are always just part of the marketplace. Do you know what I mean? Right. So, and this one here, the bottom line is that technically the buy is down at the beginning of the breakout, which is 1596.
Okay.
If we look at net is the next one,
yes.
NET. So this is Cloudflare. They develop application software. The low is 15, the high is 88. Why are you looking at stocks that are all, well, I guess the whole market's at highs, so it doesn't matter.
The strong companies, it's just all factored in, at least for the near period of time. It's kind of might take. Go on. They are. Look at that. Look at Cloudflare, right?
Yeah. So Cloudflare was an ABC up. Let me see. So you got 15, 30.A to B. Gets you 65 and you're at 85.
Right past that, yeah.
Cloudflare, the buy is at $61 and you're at 85.
Okay.
And then
MP.
Right.
Rocket ship.
So MP Materials, they produce, market rare earth, specialty minerals. And
the tough part is
this one here is a new IPO, evidently. Okay.
And again, you go from 10 to 40 just in the last 6 weeks. Right, James? It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
This one here, I'd be at that breakout area at 28, and you're at 39.
Okay.
The way I try and look at some of the equities that have moved so much in this market in general, just Jane, to give you, like the NASDAQ 100 is trading at 12,700. We were trading at 6,600, right, in March. And it's like, how do you come into some of these? But what I try and say, and even my newsletter say, I don't need to own stocks right now with the S&P at 3,700 for the long term. And if you're trading, it's one thing. Those stocks are so volatile. But if you're really trying to find a position, it's really tough to need to be in the market right now. It doesn't mean you can't on an equity like that. Maybe you decide, hey, I really want to be in this. I know it's going up so much. You say, I'm going to say I want to buy, 100 shares. I'm going to buy 25 today, 25 in a few months, 25 in a few months. That's one way to get in because it's tough to find an entry, but the market's so high. I don't need to be in, as in you're going to see some pullbacks across the board and you'll have opportunities even if they're not right now.
Oh, okay, great.
And that's what you have to prepare your mind for, too, because it's always hard to buy deep pullbacks.
Sure.
Okay.
But it sounds like you believe in those companies. The charts look like they're indicating they got a strong future.
Right.
But this whole market is pricing in a lot of future perfectness, if that's the way to put things. It's just it's just pricing in not much bad news. Is you know what I mean? It is not pricing in a lot of bad news over the next 6 to 9 months as we open back up the economy and things get back to normal. And we saw yesterday morning how quickly things can get a little dicey. The whole world thinks it's going to happen. Well, yesterday, there was 2% in the span of a few hours that we gave back. And so just have some patience because you can't lose any money not putting money in the market, and there will be some pullbacks. We're not going to sit at all-time highs forever. It somehow seems like we are, but that's not the case when we have 20 million people getting assistance right now. There's days like yesterday that are going to show up again in the future.
Okay. Well, hold on. My husband's giving me a question.
Perfect.
It's a family. It's the tigers and tigresses out there. Here, stay right there. Stay right there. We'll come right back.
Forth over this, but she needed to hear it from somebody else. But more importantly, MP is the only company, they keep advertising, only company in the Western Hemisphere. They're rare earth miners, neodymium, praseodymium. that are relevant for the drivetrains in electric vehicles?
Stay right there. We'll come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 125, Nasdaq's up 46, S&Ps are down 4.5. You gotta love all these tigers and tigresses, Tommy.
That was a great call. Thanks to Jane, her husband. Thanks to all the callers. We've had some great callers, man. Jared, Jim. Hopefully, I know we've had a bunch this hour, man. They make it, and that's perfect. Seeing husband and wife chatting about stocks, man, and nothing wrong with a little bit of patience on some of those equities as they go skyrocket. Because, man, we're stocks just don't go up forever, man, and especially with 20 million people on economic assistance. You know, we have to see how that rotation goes to expectations to reality. And there's going to be some road bumps, as we saw yesterday morning.
This is going to be, listen, 1999 is down the record books. 2007's down the record books. This is going to be the next one, They're
all unique. I don't think it's going to be anything like that because there's a lot of straight up strong earnings. But the volatility of we've never seen things so dire with expectations seemingly so certainly strong in the near future. and how that transition goes, because basically the market's saying, hey, we got this, man. Everything's going to be good.
Right.
And now we have to live up.
Yeah, no,
hey,
I don't see the market going down 50, 40% and all that. But this is a totally unrealistic. But guess what? It can stay unrealistic for a long period of time, folks. That's what does happen. There's no doubt.
Hey, I wanted to jump over to IAC real quick.
Yes.
So there's a story out there. They're spinning off Vimeo, I believe it is. Yeah, and I just wanted to bring this to the attention of people. We actually use Vimeo, so it's a product very similar to YouTube. It provides you more interactive nature. So when we do webinars and we archive them on the website, we use all that. Pretty cool. They're spinning that off. They also own Angie's List, I think, as well. But that's going to be a strong one, man. Up 14% today on that number. It just was, look at that equity, from $40 to $180 today, man.
That's amazing, man.
It is.
Folks, stay right there. We think of Swim coming up next. And I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Look at him, folks.